Hello everyone, my name is Diya Sudarshanan. I am a watercolor artist and mentor. In this video, we are going to see a demonstration of a beautiful, colorful starfish in watercolors. This is the painting that you're going to create. Let's study the subject first and then I will tell you how to do this demonstration. So here we are considering a starfish which is having multiple colors in it. You can see some yellows, you can see some pinks, reds, violets, blues. There are a lot of colors in this and with a beautiful background. So we are going to handle this background and the central subject in a different manner. So if you look at the background first, you see that it has a lot of elements merging together. It's not having any hard boundaries like this. Whereas in the starfish, you are having all hard boundaries. If you see this, it's very defined boundaries. But what about the background? The boundaries are not very hard. These lines that you're seeing here, it's not very prominent, and these borders that you're seeing here, it's not very prominent. All the shapes that you're seeing here is not very prominent, right? So when you want blurry background, when you don't want prominent details in some area, we go with a technique called wet on wet technique in watercolors. This will be explained in detail in the video. So all the background is done using wet on wet technique. And the central portion, the starfish, is done using wet on dry technique. So when you watch this demonstration and when you do that, you will learn a lot of things in watercolors related to wet on wet technique, lifting and wet on dry technique. Before you start the painting, you have to first study the subject. So you look at the subject, look for what are the colors that you see in this subject and you take those colors accordingly. In the demonstration, I tell you what are the colors that is required exactly and what brand of paper and paint to use. But before that, it's important that you study the subject yourself to understand what are the major colors that you're seeing here. And another thing that you have to look for is the value differences. Value means the darkness and lightness of the color. So for example, if you see here, the top portion or the central portion, it's almost looking white in color, right? Whereas the corners is looking very dark. And this lightness and darkness is what is giving a form to this starfish. Okay, so with this understanding, you can start the demonstration. And one important thing that you have to take care is that while doing the demonstration, you have to observe the demonstration first and then implement that on your watercolor paper. So most of the people have got very low attention span, very low attention to detail, whereas some people have got wonderful observation skills and attention to detail. It depends on person to person. So you need to understand your own capacity of grasping lot of information from watching a video. Depending upon that, you may have to watch the video 1 time, 2 times, 3 times or multiple times before you can understand and get all the information from that video. So in one video, when I'm demonstrating, I share a lot of information which may be difficult for you to grasp at in one go. So if you're finding it difficult, you pause the video and then watch it again, get it thorough in your mind, and then you start a painting process. If you do that in this manner, you will be able to get a wonderful result if you follow all the steps and instructions that is given in this video. So with that, you can continue watching the video demonstrations part by part and do this painting in a step-by-step process. Thank you.